So they have chosen Clutch of Annihilation, which we very recently saw in action. So that's the one that's based around Seaton's Clutch, where Jelly implemented a very unsuccessful but bold strategy, rushing Tier 2 air. I don't think we're going to see that same approach out of Techno Trousers.
I feel like it would be nice to see this map showcased with proper strategy on it this time around.
Well, this is very different from their last map. Definitely, yeah, not the same as last time, that's for sure. But
don't forget,
I don't think we'll see anything too different from PA Gods this time. I think they'll take a very similar approach to last time. Mass air, very heavy on the air. I'm not sure. I think Techno Trousers, I hope they won't go all tanks. I think that'd be a mistake if they go for their vehicle play that they seem to enjoy. That would be a poor choice. Heavy vehicles is not a good play on this map. If they want to go mass land, then they have to switch to docks.
Well, docks are mass land and civil stable as well. Although they can't actually fight in the water, but they give you a lot of maneuverability, plenty of opportunity to expand onto the other islands in particular on this map.
Well, we're into Game 2 of Binary Stars final between PA Gods and Techno Trousers. Techno Trousers playing in orange, PA Gods playing in blue. It's already 1-0 to PA Gods, who took the map Prof X from Techno Trousers. Techno Trousers, the losers, have picked Clutch of Annihilation as the second map to be played on.
I wonder why they went for this map in particular. I wonder what their plan is.
Yeah, they haven't played on this one in this tournament, so I'm not sure if they have. Maybe they have a particular plan in mind. Maybe they felt that the heavy land again custom after they did win the air war in the last one. Perhaps they feel more confident on a heavy air map like this, or perhaps they just think it's cool.
It is a cool map. It is a cool map. But let's see what we got in the opening orders.
So we're seeing air and bot from Techno Trousers and bot and air from PA Gods.
Seems to be a fairly standard opening build on this map.
Well, it's possible as well that Techno Trousers have seen PA Gods and their performance on their last performance on this map. They may have checked out that performance, had a look at that, see how they play on this map. So with that in mind, they might have some ideas of how to counter it. Oh, but indeed we see a vehicle factory going down for Techno Trousers. Don't like that at all. I don't think vehicles are well suited to this map. There's so many opportunities for bots to raid, and the mechs are so spread out that tanks just are left running around all over the place. But same thing from PAG. They're putting down a vehicle factory. I didn't like that either. But last time I think they went with one vehicle factory, rolled some tanks over. I don't think vehicles are a good way to go. You're just better with docks. You're not going to see a big tank force here because there's no single big concentration of mechs to deploy them to. But some initial scouts are coming out here. Taking a little poke around. This is more of an air fab research, I think, than it is for looking for intel. Certainly there's a fab around the back waiting to get caught. And he's going to find him. Coming in, just needs to skim a little further over. No, you've missed a mech. You should have flown through the centre. Oh, he's missed a really easy air fabber kill there. Just poor route planning. Should have flown through the centre of the mech configuration, not round the outskirts like that. Bit of poor planning has cost him a good early win. We see now they're using Pelicans to move their land fabbers around, because the land fabbers being more efficient than the air fabbers. And of course the combat fabbers as well. Right, doing their tree economy thing. So PAG already starting to put themselves all over this map.
Same as last time.
Yeah, very similar approach to last time. They're going to go heavy air. It's going to be lots of air. They're going to run some docks out for raiding purposes, but it's mainly going to be air. More vehicle factories going down from Techno Trousers, and they're putting a naval presence out. So the only team right now to have a naval presence. I think PA Gods think that they're going to try and control the water with just air. A lot of vehicle factories going down for them. Again, really surprised at the amount of vehicle play we've seen in this tournament. I was expecting to see much bot heavier compositions than we've seen.
I don't think I've actually seen a single T2 bot. I know that's a lie. We've seen one T2 bot factory so far this game, and that was almost unnecessary by the time it was built because there was already
lone gillies coming out, didn't we? There we go. Picked up the air fabric at the back there from their techno trousers. Unfortunately, picked up far later than they should have due to that poor, due to the poor waypointing they did earlier. But they scooped it up. Oh, we see a drop coming in from here, guys. Yep, dropping off a lone docks at the back there to pick up a nice fabric kill. So good play.
That was very well excused.
This is very much going to be the kind of thing that Ella there loves doing. He loves drops, and I think we're going to see a lot of those.
That was incredibly effective. That just completely denied those metal extractors to. In fact, he's now sit there and chip away at the remaining 2 that have been built. So he just denied 3 metal extractors to Team Orange.
On the other hand, though, Techno Trousers are now putting out naval fabbers. And air can be relatively easily countered by narwhals going all over the place. So narwhals are going to counter the air. Narwhals can't be shot at by the docks. So as long as they get a good naval presence out early, that could really help them out, and certainly it'll help them deny the island as well, because they could just go shore bombard it. And PAG have no naval presence whatsoever, so they're going to be reliant on just crippling techno trousers on the land. But right now, it's all looking very even, apart from the ecos starting to lag behind for techno trousers. But in terms of troop movements, techno trousers doing quite well.
If you look, we've just seen a Faber drop happen on the island as well from PAG. Okay. No, yeah, he dropped it, started 3 buildings, and disappeared.
He scattered the docks. They saw the docks arrive, so I think he's moving his face. He's going to actually go behind the docks, I think.
He'll think that they've landed there. They won't want to come back there again. That's actually very shrewd psychologically.
That is seriously cunning play. He's gone behind the docks because they've scouted there, so there's no one there, so that's safe. And then, of course, he's dropped it. Oh, that is evil. That is so evil.
That's clever. I get it. It's very, very clever.
Well, it looks like Techno Trousers is just going to try and sit. Oh.
Not so clever. He's lost a scout. He's gonna flee.
And they're going back there. What happened there? Did they get this? Really?
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! It's down! Oh, yeah, Techno Trousers. Techno Trousers nicely splitting those docks. That was good play there, splitting the docks, establishing the whole line. And you see, Techno Trousers, though, not got the intel they need on the causeway. They don't know there's just a bunch of turrets being shoved up in their face. And really, they should have been. They need to get like a skitter out there or something so they can see beyond what's going on.
I think at this point we've established that skitters in your land army, just one. They're so cheap. Why would you not have one? They scout mines for you. They give you much increased line of sight. It just seems like a simple thing which makes a huge difference to your land army.
Well, Peer Gods have got a big eco advantage right now, but we see that Techno Trousers are starting to get all over the place. They've got. They're dropping their own docks off. They're dropping their own fabric off on the island. They've got their piranhas moving around here, taking out some of the metal spots. You've got docks coming up on the shore. So you know, Peer God's been doing some nice tricky drops, and really starting to take the centre here, because Techno Gods have not put any spinners in there. But yeah, both sides raiding each other. As I say, it's rather different from the way that it plays on Supreme Commander. There's a lot of play around the back of the bases that you wouldn't normally see on a Supreme Commander, where the fighting happens on the causeway.
Yeah. I mean, these submarines, they're piranhas. Sorry, I thought from a distance I thought they were submarines. They could really just sort of get onto the that little spit there and take out those remaining metal extractors quite happily. Oh, I say that now. Some major air force has just appeared over the top. So
yeah, Techno Trousers are suffering here from the fact that they don't have any good anti-air, and it's really starting to hurt them. They've got a fighter force finally. But the loss of the... Oh, and that's right, they're going for tier 2 bots as well. Maybe we're going to see some slammer play come out for them. But they really start pushing out some... I'd push out more narwhals. They've got a few barracudas there, the submarine, but I don't think that's worth it at all. There's no naval presence from PAG, so I'm not sure what those barracudas are supposed to be destroying. Bring out narwhals. PAG are going mass air. You want narwhals, because then that will deny wherever those narwhals move to their air force.
That fabricator's still sat idle on that island, not doing anything. That's wasted time, wasted resources. Really, that should be moving.
Really unfortunate, because that was really good play by them, denying the island to PA Gods, and now they've just lost a golden opportunity to take all this free metal.
And there's a radar going up now, so he's
yep.
going to be spotted. That's just such a waste.
Yeah,
such a waste.
Unfortunately, it's just the difference, I think, in the level of attention that PA Gods have in their play versus Techno Trousers. Techno Trousers just not quite able to keep up with
just
all the different points that the player's happening. But really, if you're going to do a drop, you really got to pay attention to what you're doing the drop. Put it in your pip, for goodness sake, so that you know when the drop's happened, and then immediately you can react to it and actually carry out whatever action you're doing the drop for. Finally, some spinners being added into the ground forces of Techno Trousers to deny this air force. But a lot of docks coming onto the land right next to the commander, unfortunately. He's moving away from them when he should be closing in.
Uber cannon. Where's the Uber cannon? Where's the Uber
cannon?
And
he's now they're going to run away, and they could do all. Yep, that was a really silly move by Techno Trousers. They should have closed in, Uber cannon that force, and stopped them from doing any damage. And now they're going to get to run around this island because tanks cannot keep up with them at all. Really, just baffling decision.
So it was so avoidable. There's so many avoidable mistakes happening. I think, again, I still think they're struggling a bit.
Yeah, that's why I expect to see smaller maps in Techno Trousers, because I think that when you get into these larger maps, PA Gods have just got such a map awareness that it's going to be really tricky to match them. But we see that PA God's first naval base is now being destroyed by Techno Trousers coming around the back. They're starting to set up a second one. Techno Trousers, though, have got a substantial lead in naval, and I expect to see them moving their naval along the shore more. And all these subs they've got, and they really should be ditching those. You want to get out your narwhals, do some shore bombardment, because they're really losing the causeway now and really looking in trouble on the ground.
Alright, we've got some rather large air presence from PAG sort of floating around the place.
Yeah, there's some tier 2 air in there as well. We see now they've got their Phoenixes in there. They're very alive to it. Yeah, they're just hunting mechs. They're just trying to shut down any attempted expansion.
Economies at the moment are not that uneven. I feel like some of it may be bolstered by tree economy, though. Yeah,
tree economy is keeping Techno Trousers in this, but you look at the mobile force count, and there's a huge advantage for PA Gods, and it's all in that air. Totally dominating the air. Techno Trousers are starting to get their own air force up, but I don't think it's going to match that air force that PA Gods have. I really think they need to ditch these subs, go for the narwhals, and just take full advantage of the fact that they own the naval presence, and that PA Gods has nothing on the naval front at all, really. They're starting to get up a few factories at last. And Techno Trousers need to be more aggressive about scouting and finding that nonsense, because they need to shut it down. We see some piranhas on the shore as well. Again, shutting down PA God's attempt to expand. But they've lost the island. Really silly loss there from Techno Trousers. Can't believe they lost that. They should have had anti-air down, some mechs down. They've got naval as well, so there's no reason not to have at least one ship over there blowing it up. But unfortunately, they built all their naval factories on the wrong side. So they're all on the side that can't help control the island.
It's just they've had a couple of opportunities for some really good decisive play, and they've passed them up, missed them.
Yeah, we're seeing them. They're doing better than they did last time. They're making some more active players than we saw, but unfortunately they are just letting PA Gods run rampage now. And with PA Gods now pushed through the causeway, they are making a full hard push down the centre, straight to Techno Trousers' command. And there's more than enough troops in there to deal with that. No anti-air though, so those bombers, if they decide to engage, could do some damage.
Probably not that much again because of the air explosion.
Well, there's nothing to shoot them down though. PAG are going to have to bring over their air force. Letting them hover though, so the docks are taking them out. Oh, that's just silly.
Oh, there are some Kestrels in that force though. That commander could be in trouble if he gets spotted.
Oh goodness, yes. PA Gods absorbing the tactics of others and now going for tier 2 air. Well, I would not have expected to see tier 2 air from them before. Unfortunately, Techno Trousers just not making use of these naval forces. They're moving up against the shore and then doing nothing with them, and they've still got subs floating around despite the total.
There's a commander going into a bit of a sticky situation here.
That commander
Techno Trousers, he's gone straight into the bolos and he's gone.
Well, probably a sensible move from him. He was doomed, and at least he's taken out the army doing that. But the other commander sitting much safer in the water, surrounded by his air factories, and we see a tier 2 naval factory going up. But at this point, they're looking like they're going to lose the land. And Prague moving up with another force now. Finally, they've moved some ships over to the causeway, but really late, really late. They should have been over here much sooner.
Those kestrels now going to work on techno trousers, economy buildings. I'm not quite sure where they can go from here, apart from back into the sea.
They're going to have to try and make use of that naval presence, and they're going to have to deny that island to PA Gods. That's a lot of metal there that they're not denying. And indeed, PA Gods just going for the snipe, it seems. But that's been denied. Or has it? No. No. They don't have enough kestrels, though. I don't think there's anywhere near enough kestrels to take out their commander. They need to withdraw their air force.
No, what he's doing is he's using the fighters as a distraction for the AA. He's brought some more kestrels in, but they're being distracted by something else. Now he's brought in more kestrels, using the fighters as a distraction to draw in the AA, while the kestrels sit there and do the work.
I think that the AA should prioritise the kestrels, but kestrels do have a fair amount of health. I think it's that the factories above the commander are probably blocking his shots. He's actually poorly positioned because the angle of where he shoots his missiles. He should have got out into the open water away from the factories, and he'd do much better at shooting the kestrels there.
Eventually they'll shoot through that wreckage, and it's now gone. No, it's not. The wreckage is still there. Sorry.
He's in definite trouble though, that commander. We're seeing more air reinforcements coming in, more kestrels on the way. Finally, some narwhals coming out. For some reason, another sub really should turn off the subs, switch to all narwhals. All game, PEG have had a huge air presence, and really, you feel that Technotrust are playing a bit by the numbers here. They're not reacting to what's going on in the game. They should have seen that huge air presence, switch to narwhals, and didn't stop pegging in the water. And PEG now managed to put up a number of factories, got their own substantial navy, and they're just headed on over towards that commander. Really
he's not long. He's not long for this world.
No, it's really looking bad for Techno Trousers. Yeah, he's going to try and lurk it there because it's really their last bastion of defence. Not a lot of eco now. They're stalling really hard. Meanwhile, PA Gods eco massive lead and not stalling at all. Huge lead in terms of troops ahead in factories. I don't see a way back into this for Techno Trousers at this point. They've had a lot of opportunities, and I feel that again they just haven't seized them. There was some nice play on the island with the dock split, very clever. Getting in the water early was smart, but they haven't taken full advantage of the things that they've done.
Again, it's just opportunities which have been presented to them, and they've not taken them, or they've tried to take them, and now that commander's just waiting to find out what it's going to be that kills him.
Yeah, again, I think they're almost they potentially don't realise that they're in a GG situation at this point, but they are miles behind. They're tier 2 bot factory up now, but the slammers are engaging on the land, in which case if they're going to engage on the land, then they should go for Gillies instead of the slammers. Slammers if they want to get into the water, and not for they'd do much better with a Gilly out there, could kite those tanks all day and almost retake the land war, really. Indeed, we see the ships on the causeway are really doing some decent work. PA Gods have been forced across to the other side now to avoid them, and I see less troops coming through than there were before. Unfortunately, it looks like their range isn't quite long enough to shell the other side of the causeway, or it might just be that they don't have vision. But certainly they need to move some ships around the other side. They've been a bit, with their naval play, they've really missed some opportunities on the other side of the map around the island.
Commander's sat there just trying to figure out what he's doing, and it's hiding underneath another building.
Yeah, PA God's going to have to come in with some torpedo ships though, because what they've got right now, they're bringing back their air force again. A lot of bombers, kestrels. I think this could be enough.
One pass?
No, I'm going to say.
No, hashtag multipass.
Yeah, not quite sure if they've got the numbers necessary. There's a lot of AA there with the narwhals. Really should have cleared that out, that space first.
Yeah, the commander's hiding underneath the building wreckage, just trying to stay alive that way.
Should have brought their narwhals forward first.
Yeah.
What on earth? Out. We're having a recap of Matisse from King of the Planet 6. He was spelling out while he was playing against Mechanic. And I'm guessing then that that's probably going to be PA Gods writing out in mind form. No, maybe not then. Who on earth is writing that? I can't even see what the combat fabric is going to write that is.
Why out?
I'm guessing because Matisse wrote it. He was telling Mechanic to get out because
Alright.
Mechanic had lost and walled himself in the ocean. So I think he wrote out. But yeah, this commander's just hiding. He's once again hiding under an air factory now. He's not long for this world. The land forces of PA gods are all over them now. The naval forces are closing in.
Where is that commander hiding now? There he is. He's making a hasty retreat away from this little naval. Oh, okay, he's finally called the GG. Finally.
There we go. That's 2-0 to PA Gods. One more game and PA Gods will win this Binary Stars 2v2 competition and take the $200 prize. Technotrousers are really going to have to pull something out of the bag now. They haven't looked in either of those games like a team that was going to beat PA Gods. They do get to choose the next map,